Nobody got paid. But we're gonna do a little bit more, better. We kind of you brothers actually, I think, as good as these girls are, you brothers are better. You know, and this is the reason why I'm trying to get my skill set up, with the other shows I got going on in Africa and Sudan and all that other stuff. I'm trying to create better platforms. I think you brothers are doing more than enough to make this better. I think I owe it to you to make it better. You know what I mean? I really do. I think I owe it. Because you guys are doing pretty good with the white podcast show. Kind of show that, everybody else have, so we like my show flex. So I try to give as many resources as they give their people. So I want to thank you brothers for supporting me over the years doing so and helping giving black men as well. Let me go ahead and go to 516-851. What's
Hello? Please don't say. How's everybody doing? All right, everything's good. Black women have gotten away with far too much for far too long. And I think it's coming down to the point where the gig is up. Now that there's a lot of brothers online that are teaching these tips about being a role of a tip as a straight sucker and doing all of this stupidity stuff for these women, they know it's about to come to a screeching halt. Okay, even the first lady of the manosphere put out a video a couple of days ago, Nicole Michelle.
Are you up on top, yo?
She put out a video saying white dad is about to divorce black women. And in that video, she's just on some major points. And black women are starting to realize it. You know? Which is with this shutdown.
Manny, congratulations.
You know, if it
controlled this fight
truly
from the
shuts them
outset
down with
with
the
your
Section 8 programs,
how do you feel that
the
you were so
welfare,
effective
the
with that
SNAP
in controlling this fight?
programs, this is going to devastate a lot of people within the community.
Also in training.
I think they've been relying on these programs for far too long anyway. You know, I'm thankful that we have brothers like MOT in the manosphere, Mr. Research, yourself, and other brothers that teach you, that taught us.
Throw so many punches.
I'm not gonna lie, I was one of them brothers out here doing stupid shit with my currency.
I'm so happy because God gave me this.
And the last years, I have saved more money than I had practically in my entire life while
I want to
working.
be aggressive more, but
And I've gotten my
camp is my coach told me that
you know,
be careless.
I don't no longer need the instant gratification from worthless outcomes that many others
People
do.
thought that your career was possibly over, particularly.
That's pretty much what the black women want us to do, is buy them worthless shit and stay broke,
and perhaps even improve.
all for the sake of some
I really
pussy.
don't believe that my career is over. I mean,
Okay, so they've gotten away with too much for too long, and it's about to
prove it
be a
again
wrap.
at age of 40. So
And over all those steps that continue to remain simps,
When you had
well,
opportunities
you
in the
can go
7th
down
round
with the
and in the
simple
9th
shit.
round with the onslaught and those
Okay.
rallies, did you feel as
Because
though
at the
you were
end
going
of
to
the
be
day,
at that point?
and you know, I'm a proud subscriber of Glenn and Cameron. Shout out to Glenn and Cameron.
My
You
trainer,
know,
Buboy, said that
he preaches that there's going to be a recession. And in fact, he stated the other day, we
So
are
maybe
in a
there's going to be a couple
recession.
of questions that you're going to get
So I don't know,
relentlessly for the
out of
rest of
my
your life,
family
at least
members
your
that I'm
boxing
not
life.
going
So
to be
let's
giving
start
out
with the first
loans.
one.
So you
Floyd
fucked up,
Mayweather,
you're going to remain
promoter
fucked
here this
up.
evening in the house, watching and assessing you. Sometimes saying things during the
Okay?
fight. Will you fight
That's
him
just
next?
how I'm giving it up. I'm not being mean, but playtime is over.
tell him,
You know? Playtime is over.
to the ring. And
Shout out to the manosphere, but thank you, brother, for letting me get those words
I'm
out.
willing to fight again to Floyd Mayweather. If this is
He's going out of the ring, but we got a camera there. Are you going to accept that challenge? A simple nod will do on the monitor. Yes or no, Floyd? No reaction? Well, I'm sure he will go through the business of it, and Money May will make that assessment.
Thank you, and I really thankful to Showtime and the BBC and Al Heyman
Cool.
for giving
Yo,
this
this is no
big
info, man, from New York City, man. I just want to say, though, that these black women doing to get away with shit. How fucking ass. Yo, that's right. I'll tell you a little story. I'm not going to try to make it too long. But yo, basically, back in high school, I had a scholarship, my nigga. Graduating shit. Same girl in my class, she had a scholarship too and shit. And she was a slut, bro. She was a slut, right? So my niggas been hanging on the girl and shit. And it got on video, we in school. And she basically claimed niggas raped her and shit. So I ended up getting expelled, my niggas. I lost my scholarship. Shit got into a court case. Judge dismissed it though only because they later found out that they wanted text messages and shit like that, whatever. But damn it's done, bro. I got kicked out of scholarship. I still went to graduation from all the niggas. And guess who you see? This bitch is fucking walking to graduation. She still has a scholarship. Like, she get kicked out for like false allegations. Like, yo, this is fucking crazy. Like, she puts it together and shit, my nigga. Like, this shit is really crazy, man. That's all I gotta say, man. I just want to speak my piece, man. All that shit, man.
But let me talk something. Let me let y'all know. I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all. I did this for the hood. Y'all know I beat that boy. Y'all know I beat that boy. What they trying to do is they trying to get that money again with Pacquiao and Floyd. But it's cool. I ain't worried about it. I'm still that nigga, man. I'm on top. Cincinnati, stand up.
Oh, man.
Hey, I'm 3-3-1 my last 7, but I'll be 7-0 against you.
You're on the line.
That wouldn't mean much. That's the end of this interview.
What's going on?
Good luck to you in the future.
Hello? What's going on? What's going on?
Oh, okay. This is honest. My thoughts have changed over and over. But, yes, women do get away with a lot of stuff. I'm sorry, but I've seen it on both sides. On the men's side, I've seen male relatives get taken advantage of through the system, through the women, and I've seen both sides. And it's ugly because it's on both sides. There's stupid people on both sides. There are raggedy women, raggedy men. Both sides got the same complaint over and over again. It's gone round and round and round. Yes, there are folks that thinking because of the shutdown, all this other stuff, all these programs going to get cut off. They're going to change things around, but I think it's going to get worse. The ratchet ones are going to get even ratchetier and stuff like that. How can we change it? That's going to take a lot of stuff to change it. It won't even be done in this generation. It's because the older ones of us, we stuck in our mode, you know? I don't have no kids. I'm not trying to get married. I'm not trying to, I don't think I'm independent. But I don't need a man. It's just that the men that approach me, I don't need them because they rationally, bums, you name it. But I know there's good men out there, they're just not attracted to me. And I accept that. Okay. As for them going for the white women,
Why don't you think that they're
That could be your network. I'm just saying you don't have that.
I don't think I would.
Why are they not attracted to you?
The network is different from what you have in your network.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Different things I've heard is I see you as a friend. We heard that before. Or it's just not attracted to me. They see me as their little sister, big sister. They see me as family. Or they have a type, and I don't fit that type.
I just feel like
Yeah, every type you can think of too. They like them light, they like them dark, they like them skinny, they like them have the behind. I don't have the behind, I'm fat. That's it.
Okay,
I always did that. That's what I did that.
Unless you have like 3 arms,
Yeah.
3 legs, most niggas will fuck up on being there anything. So I don't know how you having a problem because most
I don't have a problem. It's just that I even tried to marry men or women. The ones that I like that are the good men, they don't have no interest in me. They have a different type of interest. Or I think I've gotten so hard that I don't try anymore. In fact, I'll say I'll leave them off because either they just won't fit. And yeah, sometimes I do just won't fit, but I don't want to be just fit, you know?
I got a whole way.
And
Right now, like don't worry about it. I'll give you a number. Like he from New York, he called in, so don't worry about nothing. He needed it. He ain't had a date in like 32 years. He only 38. He like, so don't worry, I got you hooked up. He in the chat, Brandon Jr.
but he lives all the way in New York. He lives all the way in New York. I live all the way in Louisiana. I'm not going to be traveling up to New York.
No, we gonna walk. Don't even worry about nothing. In fact, we gonna get you hooked up.
But you see, you answer, but just by that, you just answered why women get away with stuff. And why we expect to get away with stuff, because men do anything to get with a woman, or the woman, and stuff like that. And if they take the attitude with the wrong woman, they'll get taken advantage of, they'll get ignored, or just like, I'm not their type, that woman is not there, don't find them attractive, or they're not interested in them, or they don't see them. I've seen cases, and I learned not to do that anymore, I had to learn it the hard way, where I saw the guy, he was sweet, he was nerdy, I thought he was cute, I thought he was great, but the other person see him until, we got together and we talking about why we like this guy, and I was telling all his virtues, and all of a sudden, a girl who didn't even know he existed, and was all of a sudden giving him attention, and stuff like that. So I learned, don't pull out the virtues of the good guys who I didn't think was my competition, became my competition. Well, actually, no, we talked that out. He sees me as a friend, and he's not attracted to me that way. But I accept that.
My boy, don't worry. Don't worry about that. We gonna be.
I'm not.
Think about that.
Everybody, all their baggage is all on the table, and it's the same thing. Both sides
I'll get everybody back next time. All right. I just told you guys to call. How many calls are there? You kind of how'd you like that? Is that what give you guys a big hand, you know, for calling in to the show. Like, I they did good, right? They're like, oh, they picked up the win. No! Packers versus the Rams. Well, they got 39. So let me all right. Y'all get this up. Y'all be here. I was probably not every because the panel picks up a lot of time. A lot of people don't think thank you. No, I'm going to stay up and go to class. We're going to have class on the game till 11:30. I have to go back at 4. That is 2012. But what I'm going to do is, Friday went live. So if you want to get on the panel today, I'm going to open it up. Let's see if I can get doors on the calendar. So, might be a little late to get a practice show on here. Everybody's trying to sleep, whatever. So, but let's see what we got. Game ain't over all the way yet. Yeah, they're up. I'm only going to be on for like about 30 minutes, like 4 o'clock. So let's see what we got information in. So we need to doors. What does he have to say to some of these other people? Why? Because it's so without pretty qualified. She was automatic. No matter what you have qualified. That's all I need. Supreme penny stocks. White man holding back.
All right, hey, is that, can someone hear me?
Yes, sir. We can now.
All right, so sorry about that, folks. Sorry about that, but okay, thank you so much for having me, man. Shout out to the people in the audience, and yes, that's my channel, Supreme Penny Stocks, if you're interested in trading and investing whatsoever in some of the smallest companies, but some of the most profitable companies out there, my channel with. But yeah, okay, what I wanted to say, man, was I think, we also miss on this conversation of how the fact that in America, the black woman is over the black man. Like, since the late 1960s, by the end of America's manufacturing boom, as these businesses that, a lot of black men relied on to be providers of the home went away to places like Mexico and Japan and whatever else. We lost with that the right to kind of call ourselves a man. You know what I mean? A lot of black men today are not men in terms of being able to provide for home. What the hell is that? Y'all hear something in the background?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought I heard something in the background.
White.
Yeah, a lot of black men today are not able to be men. Okay, we're not able to be providers. And underlying a lot of the conversation today is what I'm hearing is a lot of frustration. A lot of black men who are frustrated because we cannot provide for black women. Many of us can. All right, and those of us who can, we're very lucky to be able to do so. Because we know the statistics, again, you can Google this, 54% of black people in this country make less than $15 an hour. How do you be a provider when you make only $15 an hour or less? How can you be a man? How can you earn the respect of a woman who's looking to you for protection, right, for security, and you can barely take care of yourself? And that's because we live in well, that's a whole different conversation, brother. I mean, I don't know what's going on with her. I don't know what's going on. Again, we're not blaming the real culprit here, and that's a system that has created a situation where the black man is beneath his woman. You can't say that for the Mexican man. You can't say that for the Asian man. You can't say that for the Pakistani man. You can only say that specifically for the black man and woman. His woman is above him because the system of white supremacy gives his woman a position, no matter what that is. To be able to support himself, even if it's just at $20,000 a year on food stamps and Section 8 or whatever, guess what? It's there for her. And there's nothing left for you. And this is a completely intentionally created situation. And we've got to accept that. We've got to fight it. We got to fight that. So in my opinion, are there black women who are taking advantage of the situation, causing hell and havoc, using, right, this system of white supremacy that again has given them position over us to raise hell within our society? Absolutely. Absolutely. But I think all of them can't be given and can't be blamed, right, for doing what they rightfully would be doing, which is absolutely, bro. Because again, they've been put into this situation, bro. What I'm just trying to say is, us complaining about it is not going to change the fact that they have been empowered to behave this way. It's not them deciding that they've been empowered, bro. They've been empowered to do what they've been doing. So what we're sitting here complaining about, they're not going to change it because the system has created that.
And you said that we should talk about it. We should all become millionaires and be like, well, it's like
they wouldn't be able to take advantage of this system if we were all millionaires and not out of this fucking. I don't know what I didn't mention anything about no money, brother. I'm just saying we need to fight. We need to find a solution for racism, and once we find a solution for racism, we'll be able to be providers and be able to get that respect back from our women. We haven't created a solution. We don't have any control to dictate. There's no black man who has the power to control the earning of a black woman in this country. Period. So you don't have no power over no black woman. You don't have no power about fuck with. Yeah, that's the power I do have. That's the only power you have. Exactly. That's the only power you have. You have no economic, listen, brother, the economic power that your grandfather had over a black woman is gone. That's what I need you to understand. The opportunity that he had to be able to keep that woman at home, to be able to provide for her, to put her in a home, to put her children in college, to do whatever, to build a business, you don't have that. And what we need to do right now is we need to find a solution for that. Once we find a solution for that, the black woman's gonna come right in line. She's gonna come right in line. People like, I have a neighbor that just came here for Honduras. Two of his kids got taken. They're in custody. And you know what that Honduras woman is doing right now? She's out there helping her fucking man do whatever it takes to keep the family together. I don't see black women having the minimum level of respect for black men like that. So when you say exactly what you said, you're telling us that we need to buy them out of their fucking. They are making a conscious decision to side with the white supremacy that you're talking about over the respect of black men. You have immigrants who are coming to this country who are having their kids taken. And their women have that same level of respect for their men with their women taken. You are telling us that we have to buy those women who we are raised them out of their fuckery so they can respect us. That's crazy. You're giving all the responsibility and the respect to head them that it's either you find yourself a black man that they pick. Otherwise, they side with white supremacy. How in the hell is that possible? Brother, white supremacy has sided with the black woman. That's what I'm saying. White supremacy sided. You cannot compare a black American woman to an immigrant. First of all, let's just get that straight. You cannot compare a black American woman to an immigrant who just came here a year ago, 2 years ago, whatever it is. She grew up in Mexico. She grew up more than likely under the situation where she has a mother and a father, but that's a whole. You cannot compare a woman from Guatemala to a black American woman. That's one that's insulting. No, you can't. No, wait. One at a time. Let's go ahead, Sal. I'll respond. Come on, go ahead. A immigrant, a woman from Guatemala does not share the same burden. Right? The same burden of slavery, Jim Crow segregation, poverty. It is not the same. I'm not going to compare a woman from Guatemala to a black American woman, okay? Again, who's been probably raised under a single mother, right? Welfare, Jim Crow segregation, all right? And then being raised in a system that gives her opportunities above her man. Gives her opportunity. She's been empowered to act a fool. So going after, that's just the symptoms. We need to go after the disease, brother. And the disease is racism, and we need to find a solution for that. And once we find that, then we'll be able to take care of what the black woman's been doing. Okay, go ahead. I don't disagree with everything you said, but there is a system. There is one thing that you left out. The problem is choice. The Latin woman can do the same thing to her Latin man that the black woman has did to the black woman. You know what's different? She don't take that choice. But the black woman in society have taken that choice. So when you're saying that if only all black men would be successful and that a greater plethora of black men would make these black women not act like that, you're really absolving women of their responsibility. They can say no to having a nuanced perspective birth control versus what they did before. They want to be pregnant by a black man because of what society gives them for being pregnant. That has nothing to do with white people. That has everything to do with her ability to take the scraps from the white guy's table that you say that she don't have a choice over, versus trying to build within the black patriarch that she could stay with. Like these women choose kids. You make it seem like they don't have any choice, and it's only we all band together and just worship at the black woman's foot, that she would never take those opportunities from the scraps of the black man's table. She's doing all this stuff on her own. And you know that.
Brother, what does the black man have for the black woman to work with? What do you see? What do you talk? You want, okay.
You a black man or are you a black woman?
Brother, what does the black man have? What does the average black man have for the average black woman to work with? Many brothers out here don't even have a damn job, brother. Let's just be honest. You got a lot of brothers out here who don't even have work. Okay. And if they do have work, it's not enough to provide for a woman. Let's keep it 100. We got people out here renting rooms. We got brothers out here still living with their parents' house. I mean, let's keep it above, right? So we wanna chastise black women, but we don't have enough to give black women to say, hey, I'm not going to trust white daddy anymore. We don't have it. A lot of us don't have it.
Black women trust white daddy until we buy them out. That's what you're saying. So we don't. So when we look at Guatemalan women from Central America who come over here with nothing and still decide to stick with their men rather than take actual benefits that they could get out of easily impregnated by anybody in society, especially not their men, you are okay with that over holding women responsible overall.
Brother,
that can't be true.
White government daddy provides housing and he don't complain about it. He gives them 200, let me do something. I gave you a chance. He provides 200 per child or per person, whatever it is, and he don't complain about it, right? A sister will come to you for $30 and you got something to say about it. So first off, we need to understand that these women are getting and are empowered by white daddy, right? White, whatever you want to call this man. But he gives and doesn't complain. He's got what they need, right? Until we get into a position where we can give black women what they need, until then, brother, we have no right to talk.
So
you know what I'm saying? We bitching for giving a woman $40, brother. I'm seeing it. A woman will come to you for $40, $100 too, and you complaining about that. Why deal with you as a black man when I can go to white daddy, get welfare, get Section 8,
you're endorsing,
and he may have to check my once a month, but he ain't gonna bitch and complain about that.
Dude, here's what I'm saying, and it's very simple. You cannot endorse them doing that. My Guatemalan friend told me if she ever exhibit anything near what the black woman
Here we go with the illegal immigrants again. Okay.
No. You need to hear this because you've never heard it. My friend said, if my Guatemalan wife exhibit any of that black female fuckery, they will find her severed fucking head at this goddamn doorstep. Because she will have the respect of us before they go over and accept the white man's crumbs.
So we need to kill black women in order to get that.
Not done my point. Not done my point.
Let him finish, Sal. Go ahead, Anthony.
What I am
particularly saying is, you need to hold women to account and responsibility for the crumbs that they take over the men that they choose. And the moment that you say that they should take the government's crumbs over whatever men do in society, you have already ceded ground to the enemy, brother. You already have done that. You already have said they should take the government's side because they offer more rather than building. When they take the side of the government, they're not building. They're just accepting the minimum level of everything that they possibly can without even trying to build for the black man. So you were just saying with your particular point, along with what I said, is that guy would she already knows that she can't do that within her culture. Black women do not have that fear inside our culture. They need that fear if they're going to create
Play the best football, Dan.
outside.
I don't know, man. I'm tired. That was a hell of a game.
A long one. Every season has challenges, but this one seemed to have more the underdog mentality going into this one. What's it mean after all of that to head back to the Super
I
Bowl?
first want to say hi to my wife. I love you so much. I'm coming home. Mom, Dad at home. My sisters. All my family. Thanks for your love and support. And all our fans back home. Way to go, man. What a year. What was your question?
Just what it means to go back to Super Bowl after everything.
Unbelievable, bro. This is crazy. What a game.
Tom, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Jim, back to you.
It's going to be something else down in Atlanta.
Take the crumbs from the white man's table. Before I would even stay with this man forever, we would have never had this family.
See, that's your problem. You think what the white man is giving is crumbs, brother. They're putting these black women in homes. They're providing them food on the table. They're giving them jobs. The crumbs is coming from our end, brother. The crumbs are coming from our end. We got wood, but we don't have hammer and nails. That's the thing you need to understand. We're not building anything. We don't have anything to build with. We got the wood, though. You have a lot of brothers tell you, I got the wood. But brother, when you drive through white neighborhoods, these white men driving in big trucks, F-150s, F-250s. They got money to build with. Their women are in homes. Sometimes they stay at home, right? They have the resources to provide for those women. We need to get those resources. We need to find a solution for racism. Then we'll get the resources, and then we'll have a respect back. But until then, the black woman needs to stay getting white daddy's money because we haven't found a solution.
But let me let this weigh in on this. That's a very controversial statement there, Sal. I see. I want to say this. I'm gonna go to information man because he needs to be able to weigh in on this. Now, can you guys hear me pretty good?
Okay.
You guys can hear me? Okay. I was in Brazil in May. And the reason why I want to talk about Brazil is Brazil has a very similar situation with black men and black women not getting along. Similar in Brazil, the black women are the matriarchs. They have, the jobs. They get the leg up. I think what Sal was saying is, you guys are looking at it from a standpoint of food stamps or government. At this point, it's just not that. It's a government job. It's the affirmative action that a lot of women get. It's pretty much they have propped up women above men in the community to the point to where they feel like those women feel like they're better than the men. That's something that black men have no control over. So to that point, I think that's actually what he's saying. I think that's true. And I've actually read articles to that, Odiga. You can look at them. I've talked to people where, black women feel that they're more educated than the black Brazilian men. That's an actual fact. That happens almost anywhere where black people have colonized, pretty much for the most part, the women always do better than the men do. That's the point that he's saying. What he's saying is this, that also at the same time, while elevating the black man, by elevating the black woman over the black men, white supremacy has also made sure that the black man is not on equal footing, not even with the black men, but with other groups of men. Now, the Guatemalan situation, I'm kind of siding with comparing a Guatemalan woman to African American woman. Let's take it like this. Let's say, for example, I have an African American woman and she moves to Poland or she moves to Uganda, is she gonna be more likely to stick with me than stick with someone else? Probably, because we're from the same culture, we're from the same background, we're from the same situation. So, that might be a little hard to compare. I get what you're saying, but I am siding a little bit more with Sal with that. I do feel what Meta Tomorrow is saying is that, okay, here's the hold I think that Sal has, and Meta Tomorrow takes this point. When black women take the federal government, and they know that the federal government and whatever they're doing is hurting the communities. If you think about it, the children that the government are supporting, the children are failing even more. It's more abysmal. So the long-term strategy for the black community, everybody who's doing well, coming from two-parent homes, you're coming from parents that are actually building communities. The more that black women take this government handout, is the more that you're going to have less educated kids, unskilled children that can't do anything. So even if you can get it and it's easy, it's never going to be the amount that you can do if you get with the black men and the black woman gets to come together and you guys do it yourself. So you give yourself more than what the government will give. And if black women continue to do that, that's for sure the detriment of the end of the black race in America, at least for functional black. So to that point, even though you know that you've been getting this and it hasn't been helping the black community for the last 40, 50 years, I think numbers show that, if you keep taking it, it's not helping you as a collective group. I think that's the problem that a lot of black men have with black women, because when we look at it from that standpoint, taking this, or at least trying as a community to come together and do those things, you basically are being the detriment of your people. That part I don't agree on with Sal, but I do understand his main argument, and I do think white supremacy has put the women in that. I mean, as the women, I do think the more I hear arguments like this, I am more on the likelihood, like, okay, if we try to hold them accountable more often than not, is that a good strategy? Because, I mean, think about it. If I'm a guy like Meta Tomorrow or a guy like Sal, you just came from the Congo, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so just talk about briefly, how was your trip there?
Oh man, my trip was awesome. You know what I mean? It's one of the poorest countries in the world, but again, these people make less than $1 a day, but they find a way to somehow have, damn near 90% marriage rates, brother. And, college participation is incredibly high. You see high literacy rates. Obviously, but again, these African countries, they've been pillaged by the system of white supremacy, and even till today, these mineral-rich African countries are dealing with a significant amount of sabotage throughout their economy. But it was an incredible experience, man. It was incredible. Anybody who's listening to my voice right now, if you can get yourself $2,500 free back, go to Africa. Go see it for yourself.
The point that I'm trying to make is this, and I've been a person, Meta Tomorrow, is successful. When the men start doing stuff for themselves, I hate to say this to black women that's in the chat, but I mean, hello, I mean, it's like, if you ain't really, like with the program or anything, it's not like they need to be addressed. I mean, it's really to the point that I'm more aligned with the point of Meta Tomorrow is creating a whole new community. If African American women don't want to do what they're supposed to do, I'm of the mindset that, listen, I don't have to deal with anybody that I don't feel like needs to be dealing with me. I mean, brothers can go to Africa and get a woman. They can do something else. You can go wherever. You can do whatever you want to do. So I think for black men, the strategy, the longer that we try to go back and forth with holding them accountable for the community, is not going to work. I mean, we could do that, but it doesn't work. I think what needs to happen with black women is black women need to go ahead on and they're going to face on their own. For those that choose to do that, and those who do want to come to the brothers that are trying to do things, let us work together and do what we need to do. Because we really don't need, black men, I hate to say this, black men don't need black women. That's just the bottom line. They don't. We don't. Black men do not need black force. Might be doing bad. We might not have what we want, but we got enough money that we can put together enough skilled people where it don't take long to fix this shit. So that's why I'm saying, as far as, talking about holding black women accountable, you can do that, but it's not gonna happen. What's better for me, I think, is, it's just better to just, leave them alone, let them do what they're gonna do. And those of us who can do certain things, like the top guys that can move and shake and stuff like that. Like I met up with Odigan when I was in Brazil, I met up with some of y'all in Africa, I met some of you guys in different places. Hey, this is not a conversation for guys like us that can get out and do better. Full circle. This is not a problem for guys. I hate to brag, but for guys like us on the panel right now, this ain't a problem for us, right? And for some of you guys, it ain't a problem for us. So, like I said, brothers need to work on themselves and get to that level. And you don't have those kind of, we don't even need to have those kind of conversations. But let me let Information Man weigh in on what he had to say. Go ahead, Information Man.
Hey everybody, I've been listening to the program, and one, I did a program today on my stream, two-part program related to relations between black men and black women. And what I really want to see us do on YouTube is try to get to a solution, try to get to a way that we can alleviate these problems that we have between black men and black women. Because I think that's what's happening is that black men, and I mentioned this, we're using YouTube as sort of a way to vent. We're using it as therapy to deal with things that have happened to us in our past. Maybe when it's a way to rehabilitate ourselves emotionally, because we have a lot of pain. Black men have a lot of pain, and this is how we're expressing it. But I don't know if we're expressing it is always to the betterment of our. You can just for so long keep talking about something, and at some point you got to look for a solution, or you just got to move on and say, look, I can't deal with these type of women. And I don't personally have a lot of these problems. I've had problems in my earlier years with women, but as I've gotten older and I use different strategies, it's hard. It's hard.
So desktop plentiful and the 75% baby mama rate is 75%. So
yes, sir.
I don't have this problem because I've already left them alone like 20 years ago. But I'm
yes, sir.
But I'm not going to be so stupid to say that I do not understand what black men are going through right now. And when black men like you say that, you have to keep looking and looking and looking. What women have to do is just keep accepting until they get what they want. You pretty much slide the scale over to them. Like, I don't understand why it is so hard for most black men to say, most of these black women in this society ain't shit because of the way you let them off the hook for everything you have to say. And every time we bring this up, it's somehow that we're complaining. No, we're talking about a lived experience and actual reality. And somehow that's not been part of the black male discussion. Ever. Because it's been part of the black male discussion, it's sweeping on the rug and act like it don't affect it. But it does affect everybody in this society. And I don't give a damn what anybody says about how bitter I am. I'm bitter as a motherfucker about the way this shit has turned out. I know how my grandmother turned out, I know how my aunt turned out, and I know how my younger aunts turned out, and I know how the women who was born 70s and plus turned out. I have kept actual records on how this shit turned out, and most of it is not good, because they sided with the government, they didn't give a shit about birth control. All they did was just sat around waiting for a guy like yourself to come through and absolve them all and blame us for their condition. It's fucking crazy, and you need to stop that shit in the You just need to stop it.
Let me just say, I think I have a different point of view because I've met such a woman that's in my life that I've taken my time with. So a part of me, as much as I do realize that there are women in our community that are doing some fuck stuff, a part of me still feels or has a belief that there's still black women out there who don't fit the narrative that you speak of, Brother McMahon Tomorrow. And I happen to be a brother who has been able to engage with a woman of that nature that's in my life. And her mentality is different. I'm gonna tell you why. It gets back to my points earlier. She was raised by her father, so she looks at things differently because of having a male figure in her life. And she has brothers, so she had a lot of masculine men in her life And so the way she looks at things is a lot different than most women that I have come across. So that's just my story as it relates to just me personally right now. But brother, I can tell you a plethora of stories, horror stories that I have had in dating and dealing with black women. Horrible experiences. But at the same time that my experiences have been horrible, I didn't want it to close my mind to the possibility that there was a black woman out there that fits what I like. And this woman does fit what I like. Matter of fact, when we go out shopping, things of that nature, she specifically wants to buy things that she knows that I'm going to enjoy on her. She capitulates to me in terms of, this is what you like. So when you have a woman like that, you know that.
Well, you want to but sometimes we found this in this society that somehow have a problem. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not saying that.
That's exactly the line of questioning that you're going to.
What I'm saying is,
a woman, for some reason, that everything that I talked about isn't even true because you found a woman. Therefore, I need to get back out there and keep looking.
No, what I'm saying is that yes, there are.
No,
that's not. You misunderstanding what I'm saying.
I'm not.
I said for myself personally, I still, see, you missed that part, brother. I said I still feel like, yes, there are black women out there that are doing all those things that you're talking about, and I stay away from them. But I still feel like the reason why I think the way I do is because I still feel that there are some black women out there who don't fit the narrative that you speak of. And I just happen to meet a woman that I've taken my time with. See, I've known this woman over a period of time. It ain't just somebody I met yesterday, over a period of time. And I don't have, and so far she hasn't fit the narrative. I'm just saying for me, brother, like I said,
who have experienced it, they have not taken their time with you. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying for me, brother, you're missing the key.
He's talking about for himself.
For himself. I'm saying for myself, I have been open to say, even though there are black women out there that are doing some fuckery, that I believe that there's still some out there that do fit what we're looking for as black men. And I happen to have found someone who I've been taking my time with, who has been showing me that she fits what I'm looking for. That's not negating how you feel, Anna, tomorrow. I'm not saying that you gotta keep looking. I mean, I said several times on here, if the women that you come across are not right for you, get away from them. That's what I do. I just happen to meet someone.
I don't think any women is always fucking cut their head off. I'm just saying
okay, brother.
Keep clean, brother. You on the white man shit.
But man, tomorrow, I don't want you to think in any kind of way that I'm saying that you just haven't been lucky. Brother, we're all individuals, right? We're all gonna have experiences that we didn't like. Some of us meet somebody, it works out, sometimes it doesn't work out. And I said that's the reason why you got black men leaving America, because there's something wrong with the American society as it relates to women across the board, no matter what the race is. There is a problem that's being manifested by this American culture.
No, it isn't. It's being manifested by black women who choose to engage in this stuff by themselves. Information.
Okay.
Therefore, our black women are bullshit in this culture.
You know that this is my difference, and I'll just stand on this square. Some black women who do not treat black men right, they're just out there. Some that can't stand us.
What's the percentage? What you said, the last thing you said, what is the percentage?
Brother, I can't say numbers like that to be able to make that kind of judgment. I mean, we live in a big, vast society. That's why I keep saying to you, brother, you cannot deny that American culture is a part of this problem, too. Where do you think they're raised at? They're raised in American culture.
Walk up to every single individual black woman and ask them to be on fucking welfare information, man. They did. That's wrong.
Okay, let's finish that. I gotta go. Y'all gotta get off my shit. But let's go finish that. And then we'll more.
Right. I'm just gonna wrap it up like this, okay? At the end of the day, Wells Fargo did a quick survey, and they found out that in black men in their 50s, you line them up to 10, 4 out of those 10 do not own a home. That means that over 40% of black men over the age of 50 are in their highest earning years. do not have a home of their own. That means we're not transferring wealth down to black men and black women to be able to take care of themselves. We want black women to depend on us, but we ain't got shit for them to depend on. We need to find a solution for racism that will enable us to find a solution for the fact that we don't have the resources to take care of women, and that will allow us to get the respect back from black women. They don't respect us because we ain't got shit to offer them, and that's not all of us, but it's many of us. Many of us have nothing to offer black women, and black women, all black women on welfare right now were to get off of it. At the end of the day, some will starve to death, because guess what? Black men would not be able to provide for all of these black women and their children because we don't have what it takes to put those resources on the table. That's facts. That's facts.
Sal, let me ask you, Sal, would you be able to, I know you're a busy schedule, man, but I want to do a part 2 with you. You made some interesting points. Would you be able to come on tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yeah, I think so. I mean, I ain't got to go nowhere tomorrow. Let's email it up, and we'll schedule a time and stuff.
Let me ask you that. You have a hostile crowd. Who would like to see me and the brother Supreme Penny Stocks on a one-on-one? I mean, with this, and then maybe we'll bring on a panel like someone like a Rumble. I think it'd be a hell of a show with your perspective in this sector of YouTube, which is your philosophy is quite different than everybody else. I think we're doing more of like men tomorrow. So I'm trying to find your email. I sent the link to you, but I don't know. Can I get a link to the Rumble? Somebody just sent me can I get a link to the Rumble? Nigga, I don't know you. No. Hold on one second. No. Hold on. If I don't know you personally, no, you can't come on the goddamn Rumble. Don't be emailing me. Can you get a link? You can get a no. Get your ass out my god. I can't believe this nigga. Can I get a link? Nigga, I don't even know who you are. You niggas are crazy. If you're not a YouTuber with at least a lot of subscribers, and I know you personally, no, you can't get on the goddamn level. No. All right. Who wants to say something? Is that information?
I want to say something.
Okay.
I don't want Brother Man tomorrow to walk away from this panel thinking that I'm trying to say that he just has to go out and find someone that's his problem and everything's going to be happy dandy. I know that there's a problem. I know that there are black women out there that aren't the best for us. And but just keep in mind, just understand what I'm saying. There are some black women out there who do have their shit on point, and then there's a lot out there who don't have their shit on point. And I don't want anybody in the chat room, anybody listening, to think that I'm naive to the things that Brother Madam Tamara was saying. Like I said, I've had some bad experience. I just haven't expressed them on YouTube fully. I mean, I've gone through some bullshit that, I mean, just having a daughter with special needs, I've had women who would not give me a chance because I had a younger daughter, even though the women would want us to date them when they have kids, right? they expect us to accept their children, but there are women out there that didn't want to accept my child and other things, and they ran me through a bunch of games and BS, right?
Oh, we gotta do a show about that, remember?
Yeah, let's do a show about that, brother.
I'm like, what are you doing tonight? I'm like, are you going home? Remember, I messaged you hey yesterday?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The problem is I was driving from work.
Right.
I'm on that West Coast time, and I usually get home about 7 o'clock, 6:30 on a weekday. But I just want to make sure everybody understands that I ain't sitting up here saying that our women are perfect. No. They're not perfect. There's a lot of shit going on. There is some problems. There are problems in the black community, some black communities, but at the same time, I think the problems are still partially a manifestation of American culture as well. Because if you ask most men across the board, whether they're black, white, whatever, they will tell you that there is a problem with American women in general. Okay? And then when you get to black community, that's a whole nother bag of beans right there that we get into. So I'm not trying to minimize the brother's his anger, the way he's frustrated, tired, and all the stuff that's going on. I'm not trying to minimize you, Man Tomorrow. I hear what you're saying, brother. I guess I'm just one of these brothers that I still, I'm black first, and I still want to see black men and black women be on top together, to win together, if that's even possible. So thank you.
Okay. So I think it's clear up. And Yeah, let me say this real quick before we go to minute. Come on, end the show. I spent like what? How many hours did you spend taking calls, minute? Come on. Is MOP here?
Yeah.
How many hours did I spend taking calls?
I think like a full on 4 hours. It has to be 4 hours.
Something like that. Took over 40 different calling numbers, and this nigga still emailed me talking about, can I get a link to Rumble after you done called in? You niggas don't appreciate shit. God damn, man. No, you can't come on the goddamn Rumble. This motherfucker's on the Rumble like Moses thinking he be on the Rumble or something. He ain't even asking to come on here. So, I mean, you niggas or something else. All right, last word. MOC, I gotta get up out of here.
No, man. It's just that this is the conversation that we need to have because we can't really have this conversation until we are quite honest with what's actually going on in society. Like I said, I've left this stuff alone 20 years ago, but I have not kept my blinders on about what I left behind. I have brothers, I have cousins, everybody who knows the same thing. And you can't just say that. Every time you say that, like the name of the show is 10 Black Women Get Away with Everything. Anything. The answer is yes, but it's only not because of the women, it's because of the men. Come in here and act like, well, you just have to let the woman. I'm like, how many times do you have to reach into a barrel of busted glass before you pull out a standing truck? Like, what are you talking about, man? Like, you know what we live in, you know what we live with. You can't pretty much say because we didn't offer a better option other than white supremacy, that they're really okay with accepting white supremacy is spraying over the black family and the black family makeup. Like, I don't even understand how that's even the case. I don't even understand how that even became a point. I mean, Penny Stock, I have no listen to you. So you tell you Penny Stock, I got some money to throw around, so I'll be a listen. But it's just that I want to understand how you came to the actual focus point of if black men acted better, how black women being held to any type of responsibility, then somehow come on, yeah, because I gotta go.
Y'all, you don't gotta go home, but y'all gotta, at 5 in the morning, that's 5 in the morning. I thank Medical Mall for stepping in. He did a yeoman's job. As the opinion says, the panel, George, he had a situation where he couldn't make it tonight, but he tried to support the chat. Information Man had a few shows. And me, it also was my fault because I had the wrong scheduling, so nobody kind of thought it was going down. But you know, the chat, the calling, man, you guys did a hell of a job, man, calling into the show. I had brothers emailing me saying, man, what kind of calling system are you using? Yeah, how do you get them calls to this? So I want to shout out to Kevin Samuels because he went and bought a mixer, and I'm syncing my Blog Talk Radio through the mixer that comes through the Google Hangout system. But the only problem is that the people on the panel can hear the Blog Talk Radio, but the people on Blog Talk Radio can't hear the people on the panel. So that's the problem. So once we get that solved, we'll basically be able to have, you know, right now we have the people on Blog Talk Radio talk, and like nobody on the panel can interrupt them because they can't hear the other side. So once I figure that out, and we can get the people on Blog Talk hearing the people on YouTube through my mic, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be really good. So
what do you, O'Shea? I got a system that I use similar to that, but I'm on Spreaker podcast, and I have an audience over there. I have a speaker. I have my speaker system here, and I have a separate mic to get that sound feed into that particular show. What are you using to get? Are you using some type of speaker system around you that's connected to your mix board and the mic, another mic to get that feed in there from the sound?
No, what I'm doing is I have this particular cord that I plug. I call Blog Talk Radio to my iPhone.
Okay.
And then I have basically an XLR cable that plugs into the iPhone, and then it picks up sound through that way.
Okay.
So you can hear them.
Yeah.
They just can't hear the other way.
I got everything. I got mics and I got stuff connected to another computer that takes the volume feed into it. But I get you. Hey, I gotta talk to you. I know you're about to end the show, but I need to talk to you after the show. or maybe talk to you after the end.
No. I'll call you.
Just call me.
Yeah, I'll call you. Okay, I'll call you. So guys, thanks again. Sal, make sure you email me, man, so we can get that show tomorrow. And we got a lot of good shows this week. I got Engineer Truth YouTube channel. He's gonna come by on Friday. He has over 300,000 subscribers. We did a collaboration on his channel. We'll have Erica Williams on this week. We got a lot of good shows this week. I'm back in action. Dr. Kenyon Meadows on this week. I actually overslept our interview today, and but I didn't want to miss the rumble. So guys, thanks for the support. Thanks for all the support. Thank you to Rockstar Safari. Chief Darno, Black women in Australia, it's the same. Feminism and first world countries is to blame. My best mate of almost 15 years and I have strained relationship because his black wife is so disrespectful to me. Wow. There he goes. At Supreme Stocks you playing. Me, GETHTLPYCWDHF. Oh, okay. What stocks are you playing? I don't know if you know what those are. TETHTLPY. Do you know what those are?
Yeah, those are tickers. Most of them those are kind of trash plays. Come to my channel, man. Supreme Penny Stock. We'll get you right, bro. We'll get you right.
Okay, let me do this. D-West. D-West is fine. Immigrant wife still with her husband because she got that gold ticket to America. That represents progress. They making dollars, not pesos now. Thank you. Stop Silver 2019 freelance runner. Xavier Benson, I agree wholeheartedly. Information man, game changer. Can I email you for the link? Oh shit, that was you. No. Or I think I didn't so. No, you cannot, motherfucker. You cannot come on to the goddamn show. Thank you for the money, though. I appreciate it. I don't let nobody know that I own the show that I really only for today. Richard Victor, just our own nation control black men is the only answer for the problems of brother space. O'Shea's Love Connection, $9. Moses Dickens, how many calls did you take? Thank you. Carl's opinion, number Jackson, I like the drum, never hold the drum. Oh shit, yeah, Carl got a show this week. I gotta call Carl, man. Carl Law, Chris F, Central Bolton. So all you guys, man, thanks again. I'm gonna call you right now, information man. Peace out, dog. Peace.
Peace.
All right. We're finally back. Got these big Negroes up the show. They're hot. They really have. This one, I'll tell you why. Go back to how I was born and raised, right? This is live. Like a crime. Anyway, that's another story. I think I will. That's still a pretty good time. Alright, so we got the round, right? Let's start these rounds. Home time, alright. The mother, born and raised. You're born and that should be. You know, thanks for that. Hear that old stuff. You understand the whole dynamics of okie doke. Yeah, that old okie doke. It's like a mystery. A mystery. It can't really seem to be solved. Because people don't seem to understand that what I be saying be true. So they had to go way back to my fathers. they went back to the couple year file, right? Just have a story, right? Just so they could put it out because of a light, bright, almost light, right? Because if he would look like Michael Vick, if he would look like Michael Vick, they wouldn't put that post out, that broadcast out. And that's how these fake Negroes is. So what I do is I sit up in the cut, you know, and I give people a choice, you know. Your choice. You dig it, right? You know? Because Kansas City playing the Rams, not very dynamic. You know? Simply because they're too much alike. You know what I'm saying? As far as the Kansas City LA life. Well, was that just a coincidence? Oh yeah, it might be a coincidence, all right, but it would have been if I would have said it already, right? It's like, wow, what'd you say? We'll go to 5. They did. They made a whole 4-hour podcast about me, right? Without saying me. That's how that goes to the rap. Cool. It's off first. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's the same gang. You have to understand. These kind of charades I was raised up in since birth, right? Since birth. But now I can share it with you and show you the breakdown from this and from that. I couldn't do that before. So I had a lot of people, going behind my back, doing a lot of whispering and lying, and I showed you that. I showed you the lies in disguise, right? I mean, it's like a mystery, right? But the mystery has been solved now. Now you understand. Now you can feel comfortable and come out with your this and that, right? So, because before you couldn't, because you're like, wow, I just don't get it. But now you see it. You see how these devils are, right? The whole time, like, what would it be talking about? Now you starting to understand a little bit. Just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's all you need is a little bit. Because too much, I mean, even don't see, you can't live when you see the Father. You can't live. It'd be, in other words, it'd be too much, right? So just a little bit can do. Don't worry about it. It's all first verse. I'm looking for another verse, but it seems like I don't need it. And then it's never needed because no need to come out. You just stay in there and everything be okay, right? Because these people these people do not believe that means crazy. Right? Got the nerve, the audacity. Oh, now what are you talking about? You gonna go back to my files 3 years ago? It doesn't make sense. And that's the internet. I can imagine if we go back to just on the street, we're going at least over 10 years, decade, talking about, niggas went got educated and think they could get behind a mic and talk about something. I don't know what's wrong with these niggas. What happened to these niggas? They go, what happened to these Negroes? They actually got. I mean, they're not even jailbird. I was so. That's what we need. See, that's what we need to do. We need, I think a lot of these brothers need to go to jail for a couple months. Just a little bit. Maybe a good. Okay, maybe not a couple months. That's too long. Okay. Maybe I'll say maybe go to jail for maybe like I'd say a good 3 weeks. A good 3 weeks. We probably put in 3 weeks. Get a taste of that all around, and then you'd be okay. Because these dudes talking with this. I'm like, what in the world? I'm thinking they about to say something good. at least go back to what I said. They just went all around everything. I'm like, they actually gave these people a pass. If they ended it like that, I'm like, what? No, I don't know. I don't know. But then too, they were doing that thing though, and I wasn't saying nothing. I was watching because I was living stuff that y'all trying to get into. I was already going through. Yeah, since the '80s. You know, I was going through that stuff since the '80s with white folks. Y'all, black folks just now got caught up to getting involved. You know, because really it started in the '70s, but you know that's a whole different dynamic. You know, because of this and that, but you gotta understand what that's all about. Like, wow, I can't believe people really think the way they think. I mean, just really just sit there and got the audacity to make a post during the football game about some city behind this and that. I had no choice. I mean, when people, and that's the thing about what they did. They got you locked down. You have no choice. What you gotta do? Just stay at my shoes, pay my dues. It's all first, right? I'm like, wow. I mean, what does that mean? It means a lot. But you don't know nothing, so it's kind of hard to explain. You know what I'm saying? But one day you will. Man. I can explain to you. But anyways, we got the Rams, 2 weeks, we got the Rams, Los Angeles Rams playing against the New England Patriots. New England Patriots beat the Kansas City Chiefs in overtime. Both games overtime. So it was a real dynamic day, you know. And that's coming off the loss of Boner against Pacquiao. The Pac-Man, he ate him up. I said he must have loved those Cocoa Puffs, right? I was like, wow. Why you call like that? Well, that's what I said. That's what I posted. You know? I'm trying to let you know. If I say that, I mean, if I can write, I can say it. But listen, I know. Because it's people heard too much about that because they really don't promote stuff without me, right? So it's like, wow, why is it about you? Because that's you gotta stay focused on these people. You know what I'm saying? These people are trying to throw some slick ones to get in where they fit in. You gotta let them know that, hey, I'm here watching you, brother. Because people, they find all kind of ways. Because of me. Because I put it out. I put it out there. I remember, you probably don't know nothing. I'm trying to tell you, but you don't believe family's crazy. That's why you get in the situation you're in. Because you can't defeat you. But don't worry, it's all first. Let's see. He was. What gotta be this? This is like, wow. This I just plain silliness. You don't seem to want to shake off. Because of the people that don't know that. Because they don't even know what they were showing. See, Jesio Lopez fighting in New York this Saturday. But actually, yeah, this Saturday. He's 36-7, so I don't know if he fought, but he's still say where he's from. Just say he's from Riverside, Cali. He's from here. Okay, so Cali, who you fight? Who has he fought? He fought Alberto. But he lost though by TKO. Why did he get the fight then? Who did he beat? He went back to Todd Daniel, Soul Coral, beat him. But he knocked nobody out. Beat Michael Quiz. So, while you're fighting on all those fights in LA and El Paso, Texas, get a chance to get a fight where he can beat him, and then you can lead up to a big fight. Probably with Terry Crawford and Spence, right? No, they're not fighting. Spence is fighting the Spanish dude or I don't know. I think they're going. I don't know why I don't know why I'm even worried about that. That's not my weight. I fought heavyweights, but you know, it's because of Mayweather. That's what it was. Because Mayweather, like if Mayweather gave him all that money and paid, you know what I'm saying? It's all first. So when we stole my style, Milwaukee. Yeah, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Back in '94. It's all first story, like.